Good morning, everybody. We're going to conclude the week of reviews and the Last Waltz review series today with the movie. Before we get started, I wanted to give you some notes. First of all, instead of the DVD release date, because I was unable to find it, we're going to have the theatrical release date shown in the video today. And regarding the thumbnail, we are just going to use the same thumbnail that I used for the box set. However, the description will read DVD review, so you can distinguish between the DVD and the box set reviews. Now, I'm not going to go through every song that was performed in the show, because I pretty well did that during our box set review video. So I'm just going to touch on a few. And as I said on our box set review, the Last Waltz was directed by Martin Scorsese, and it was held during Thanksgiving of 1976 at Winterland in San Francisco. And some things make the Last Waltz show unique. The first one being is that rock impresario and concert promoter, the legendary Bill Graham, decided to throw Thanksgiving dinner for the audience. So before the show, he hired a waltz orchestra to come in and play for everybody. And then he also served Thanksgiving dinner. And after dinner was served, everybody got up and danced before the show, and which is something that Bill often did, because he did sort of the same thing when the Winterland closed in 1978. After the Grateful Dead performed, because they played well into the morning hours, Bill decided to serve everybody breakfast. So he did sort of the same thing at the Last Waltz, except it was Thanksgiving dinner. And you can see some of the shots of the people dancing at the beginning of the Last Waltz movie in the title sequence. And another unique thing is that because this was a theatrical release movie, Martin Scorsese decided to spruce up, or Bill Graham decided to spruce up Winterland, so they cleaned it and stuff and made it look nice and hung chandeliers and whatever. But also, to spruce up the movie, Martin decided to borrow the set from the opera La Traviata, to kind of make it look nice and not just like a rock concert movie. And some of the lighting effects that were used, I believe the lighting design, or the director of photography, Michael Chapman, was responsible for some of those. But some of the lighting effects that were used are gorgeous. And but some of the songs that I wish had made the cut but didn't are Eric Clapton's performance of one of my favorite songs, All Our Pastimes, and of course the performance of Down South in New Orleans is another one that I had wished would have made it. And of course the performance of Four Strong Winds by Neil and the band. And you can see the whole Last Waltz performance. There is black and white footage from the Bill Graham archives, and I'm going to put a link up in the cards if I can find that footage. Now it is in black and white, and in some cases hard to see, but you can see the whole thing. And one of the editing missteps is that during the editing of the film, when they got to Neil Young's performance, they noticed that a chunk of shall we say illicit substance was protruding from Neil's nose, and you know Marty Scorsese and Robbie Robertson wanted to leave it in, but Neil's manager insisted rather vehemently that it be edited out, and it was. And I'm not sure if you can see that in the black and white footage, but look for it if you can. But anyway, one of the things that I was kind of disappointed about is that the performance of Chest Fever by Garth was heavily truncated because there was interview footage edited on top of it, or overlaid on top of it. And I was listening to the version of Chest Fever from the box set the other day, and I was thinking it was gonna be a vocal rendition of it, but it was an instrumental, which I'd never heard, an instrumental version of Chest Fever. And like I said, the DVD version of The Last Waltz contains bonus features, including jams that were done with Stephen Stills, Ronnie Wood, and Ringo Starr of the Beatles. Right before the encore, there's two jams that were done, that were filmed right before the encore of Don't Do It. And the story is that Stephen Stills just sort of stumbled in to The Last Waltz after being up for days, and you know, he stumbled on stage and stuff. And actually, Neil says in Shaky that he was in shaky shape because they'd been up for days, you know, before The Last Waltz, and he was still up. And because I think this was right around the time the acoustic record Songs for Judy, the acoustic live record Songs for Judy was recorded. So he was somewhat bleary-eyed, and you can tell. Now, something that I don't agree with about the performance of Helpless that Neil the band did, because Jimmy McDonough said in Shaky that, you know, it was not a very good performance. The band, he said that the band muffed changes, and it was obvious that they didn't know the song very well. but I highly disagree, as I do with a lot of the stuff Jimmy had written in Shaky, but I still like the book. And another bonus feature that's on the DVD is a documentary on like the making of The Last Waltz. It's called Revisiting The Last Waltz. And also there is a commentary track with surviving members of the band and Martin Scorsese and Robbie talking about The Last Waltz. And and so that's where I got most of my background information from. One more point that I would like to make before closing out is that the all told, or before or by the time that the band had recorded or done "Don't Do It," which is a song that opens the movie, that song was actually the encore. So by the time "Don't Do It" was performed, the concert had been going on for about 6 hours. So the band was wiped out, and that didn't. You can tell by the performance they looked exhausted, and and two, Robbie said in the commentary, about the song "Don't Do It," which by the way was recorded originally, I think, by Marvin Gaye, was that sometimes, sometimes they would open with "Don't Do It," sometimes they would do it in the middle, sometimes they would close with it or make an encore number, and so which was the case here. And so I think, I hope you enjoy this. Hi everybody, due to editorial problems, our normal credit sequence will not be present in the video. Instead, I'm going to do it this way. Shot and produced by Adam Bauer. Voiceover recorded using Clipchamp. Photo provided by Google Images. Screen recording provided by Internet Movie Database, otherwise known as IMBD. Audio and video provided by Pixabay and the YouTube Music Library 2025. I forgot something. During the intermission of The Last Waltz, poets such as Michael McClure and Lawrence Ferlinghetti recited poetry.